All right, so let's get after it. This is the Business Growth Challenge, how to increase your sales by 2 to 3 closings per month on top of what you're doing now in this crazy market within the next 3 to 6 months. So the question I have for you now, given the shifting market, well, not even a shifting market, just a weird market, tight inventory, economic stuff happening, who knows what's going to go on globally from a political or economic standpoint. But the question I have for you, even with the fear, uncertainty, and doubt, the FUD, do I have a clear roadmap in place to take advantage of an economic shift and grow my business and wealth? So I imagine that if you have, if you're frustrated right now with this market and you feel like you're spinning your wheels, maybe you have family that you're tending to, or you're in a committed relationship, or you have responsibilities outside of your real estate business. You may feel like you're failing on multiple fronts. And we are just living in a time where it is so easy to get distracted with Netflix, with social media, the 24-hour news cycle. And the reality is there's just too few hours in the day. On top of all that, the shift storm is here. Economic shift, housing market shift with tight inventories, industry structure shift, right? The failed iBuyers and all of that, and folks getting after our commission checks, right? We don't have any friends. The lead aggregators, the folks trying to get the Home Light, the Ideal Agent, the Zillows of the world, the Realtor.coms. Yes, you can make money with them, but they're not your friend. They're trying to get in between you and the end user. So we have to account for that. You may be a squirrel chaser, easily distracted, right? Where you're going from thing to thing. This works, this works. You're watching webinars and YouTube videos, and you're not settling in on a system that helps your business consistently grow. And you might be asking yourself the question, is all of it worth it? Right? You may get to a point where it doesn't feel good to not have confidence that you can grow your business at will. So if you don't know who I am Lars Hedenborg, the founder of Real Estate B School. I'm a dad, I'm a husband. I love business when it's good, bad, and ugly. I've got a podcast, YouTube channel. I've written a book. I went from 44 transactions my first full year in real estate, 2008, to 453 transactions in a single year during the Great Recession years. Served over 5,000 families in that business with their real estate needs, helped over 1,000, maybe a couple thousand, I need to change that, agents scale and grow their businesses. I have achieved financial success, and I have time, money, freedom. So I have time and money freedom. I've made all the mistakes you could possibly make, though. I will say that. I'm willing to share them with you. So let's get after it. When I first got into real estate, this was November 2007. I got into real estate March 5th, 2007 is when I left my full-time corporate job. I was wondering, like, what the heck is going on? I'm a new dad, only been married for less than a couple years, new to real estate, trying to make it work. I did get it to work from a traditional standpoint. So 27 homes in my first 10 months in real estate, but I was not present as a dad or a husband, right? I'm on my phone when I should be with Anders, our son. He probably doesn't remember these days, but I remember that I took away from him. Our daughter was born, Kendall, in April 2010, and the pressure was on. I was feeling like this was do or die. I really had to figure this thing out, because I went from 44 transactions to 58 transactions to 118 transactions that 2010 year, the year Kendall was born, and it wasn't working. But I promised my beautiful bride, Julie, trust me, honey, I have a plan, as I'm working and ruining our first vacation as a family 3 years into my real estate career. More importantly, I had a why. My dad had challenges. He was a business owner. He was an active alcoholic until I was 15 years old. My parents divorced at 4, a ton of chaos growing up. So in a very roundabout way, which would take longer than we have today to explain, he provided the motivation for me to provide a life for my family that they never thought was possible. So that was my why. So the question, all of that really doesn't matter. What is your why? Why do you want to grow and scale your business? Why do you want to make more money? Why do you want to have more time to spend with loved ones? Why do you want to build a business in a way where you can have more impact? I did figure it out, right? This is when everyone was still cute and young, and I figured some things out, and I want to share them with you today. In 2013, a decade ago, as I'm shooting this video, I launched Real Estate B School to help other agents that wanted to make an unreasonable amount of money in a reasonable amount of time. That's really, if I had to sum up what Real Estate B School is, that's what it is. We give you the program, the cadence, all of the lead gen levers, everything you will need, the leverage points to be able to do that. So there is hope. We've been at this for a long time. The goal is to help you increase your net worth with more time off so that you can put first things first. So the question is, and let's get into the tactics here. I think I have about 5 or 6 points here that I want you to, if you're able and you're sitting down, take some notes. How do you grow a real estate business without losing your life in the process? That is the key. That's what we want to be able to achieve. The first thing is that you need to find your leverage, your emotional leverage. For me, it was this. This is what I would leave every day to go grind out real estate sales. And then I would leave these same 3 individuals to go work on my business late at night, a few nights a week. I was working way too many hours. I was working out of bounds. I was stressed all the time. I said I didn't work Sundays, but I worked Sundays, right? I was working deals all the time. So you need to find your leverage. The second point is that you need to play a different game, right? The game that a traditional agent that's selling 12 to 15 homes a year, that's not the game that we want to play. There's no financial freedom in that game. I'm not going to go through this all together, but the game, that it's a very simple game, and you need to apply technology and automations and delegations at different points of this game. The top of funnel lead gen to the 5-point, contact, set, met, sign, closed, and then clients for life, raving fans, social proof that you can reuse back in top of funnel, right? This is the game that I committed to play in the early days. The third point is that you have to commit to building your business the right way and thinking about your real estate business as a business. Most successful top agents even don't have a business, right? It's just a job. It's probably highly paid. If they go away for a week, the business stops. They can't go away for a month. The year the team sold 453 transactions, I worked about 40 to 42 days. I made $3,300 an hour that year. And it came down to a couple models. On the left side, I'm not going to go through all of it, but on the left side, we want the time, money, and stress freedom, right? You have to be able to attract clients, convert those clients, and deliver on the promises you made in the sales process. It's a basic business, right? If you don't attract, there's no opportunity. If you don't convert, you have no clients. If you don't deliver, you're not going to get anyone to the closing table, and there's no money. This is how you're a slave to your business, because you get one client, you convert them, now they're in your car looking at homes, you're delivering on the service, you get them under contract, you're all in the details, right? On the right side is where it gets fun. It's to create a future, where you have a plan, your numbers, and you can grow a little bit of leverage, just a little bit of leverage. Even if part-time administrator, a part-time showing agent, you could sell 100 homes a year in most markets, take home $750,000, $500,000, $750,000, somewhere in that range. If you do it this way, on the right side, there's true business freedom. Here are those 2 models on a single page. The 4 drivers are attract, convert, deliver, scale. Real Estate B School has focused on building out accelerators and all the tools and systems within the attract driver. The 3 accelerators are database marketing, listing marketing, and buyer marketing. We call those lead gen levers. We probably have 8 or 9 lead gen levers at this point. Each are good for 25 plus transactions per year once fully implemented. They are no good unless you have the convert driver, the elements of it installed in your business, which includes lead management, the appointment setting process, and the consultation frameworks in your business. It's no good if you're converting a bunch of, would-be buyers and sellers into clients, and then your delivery is crap, right? So the deliver driver is all about client servicing. It's all about transaction coordination, getting them to the closing table, and they're still happy. And then the critical tech tools to have in your business so that you could grow and scale your income without losing your life in the process. Then you have the scale driver, which is all about creating your future or planning 3-year vision, 1-year plan, 90 days at a time. We've got our proprietary planning system, the Business Freedom Planner that we've developed over a decade. Know your numbers, even if you're not good at numbers, your leading indicators, your lagging indicators, and then ultimately bring in some people leverage. And that comes a little bit later in the process. But the question for you is, what is the next right thing that you should be working on? And if you don't know the answer to that, you probably want to stick around. Number 4 is that you need to know your worth. In order to make an unreasonable amount of money in a reasonable amount of time, you need to know your worth. We have something called a business freedom index. Essentially, it's your hourly worth as demonstrated by the amount of money you take out of your business divided by the hours that you work. I was able to push my business freedom index up to $3,300 an hour. So every hour I worked in that business, I was making $3,300 per hour. If you're taking home, let's use round numbers, $125,000 pre-tax, post all of your expenses. Let's say you're working 50 hours a week, which is 2,500 hours a year. 125,000 divided by 2,500 is $50 per hour. If you want to go from $50 an hour to $250 an hour to $500 per hour, that's the game that we can play together. Number 5 is that you need to employ the right tools in your business, which leads you to asking different questions like, are you taking advantage of low cost, high return lead gen levers? Are you using marketing and tech leverage at the highest level? Are your lead nurture systems set up properly? Do you have a system to offload low dollar productive activities? The $12, $15, $20 an hour activities are in the way of you making $250, $500, $1,000 an hour. Where can we cut expenses without hurting our business? And then are you working too many hours without much financial upside? So this is an invitation, a special invitation. If you want to go further, faster, I'm asking you into our Business Foundations case study program. It's called the case study program because we are looking for our next case study. You can jump over to rebscasestudyprogram.com right now. We are in this sort of special spring business growth challenge. We're offering our $3,000 savings if you take action right away. But I'm going to go through the program. The program is for an agent that wants to get to 500,000 of GCI or get their next 500,000 GCI. Typically, that's where an agent kind of loses their life, is that 500,000 GCI. So if you're under 500,000 GCI, or you want to get your next 500,000 GCI, but do it way easier than the first 500,000 GCI, this program is for you. You've got to be coachable. You have to be, I don't know, someone that's worth being around. Like, you're going to lean in, you're going to trust the process. You're not going to second guess everything that we are teaching you and the accountability structures that we have in place. You're going to do really well in the program if you could do that. Results to expect. So the promise of the program is very clear. I want to help you get an additional 2 to 3 closings per month within 3 to 6 months. So do the math on an average commission check. There's a 30, 60, 90 sort of ramp up process. The program is 6 months long, but the end result is within that 3 to 6 month time period, your sales are ramping up because you've put these lead gen levers, the lead conversion systems in place, and you've leaned into our, weekly, twice a week. We have coaching. I'll go through some of that stuff. We do production masterminds and those sorts of things. But that is the promise, that we're going to increase your transactions by at least 2 to 3 transactions per month within 3 to 6 months. What will we work on? So depends a little bit on where you are in your journey. If you struggle to systematically generate low-cost, high-quality leads, we're going to start with a lead gen lever or 2, right? If you have a bunch of leads, but you're like one and done, having conversations with them, then we might just go right to lead conversion systems. What are your email nurture sequence, your text sequences? Do you have a scorecard for lead nurture, right? So we'll work on some of those things. If you're not generating referrals and you have a steady flow of clients, we can implement client care as a lead gen lever. We can turn every client that you work with into 2 to 3 more closings. We've got all the checklists and systems built out. So those are some of the things that we will work on together. Here's how the program works. It's a combination of coaching. So you will need to be coached, right? I've never succeeded or achieved anything worth having without someone that is in my face, speaking openly and honestly about what I need to do next. So that comes in the form of a Monday mindset call with me for 60 minutes, where I teach a little bit, then it's open forum, and a Thursday open office hours with one of our business coaches. And our business coaches have been in our world from anywhere from 3-4 years to 10 years since we started. So, and they've all achieved business freedom, so you're not going to be in anyone's hands except those that have done the journey. The training, one other thing here too, we have a mastermind every week, a production mastermind, where our most successful members are sharing the stuff that's working right now in their business. One tactic that was shared recently, a girl got 30 listings in 90 days with a simple thing that took less than 5 minutes a day. And that's the kind of things that you'll get access to in our in our coaching. The training is, you will get access to everything I've ever built. There's nothing held out of this program. Even though it's a fraction of our graduate program investment, you will get the same access that our 22,000 a year clients get access to. Nothing is held back. No tool, no system, no lead gen lever, nothing. You get everything I've ever built over the last 10 years and the latest and greatest tools and systems that we offer. The coolest thing is that we re-envisioned this whole program to build out a separate coaching platform. So you will have real-time support and also daily accountability. So there are certain things that you'll have to measure in your business on a regular basis if you want to double, triple, quadruple, 10x your income. That's where the support and accountability come in place. There are some bonuses that we'll offer here. I'm not going to go through all of them. There's like 10 master classes that we've done, but I'm just going to say a few of them. We had a master class on using YouTube in your business. And we had a guy come in and teach. In 19 months, he did $3.2 million of sales from his YouTube channel. And he goes through and lays out the exact system, and he shows you how to model it from his channel. We've done how to get a 13x return on paid home search leads. So specifically like Google pay-per-click, or Zillow's a little overpriced at this point, but realtor.com, 11 to 13 times return. So if you spend $1,000 a month, you can get 11,000 to 13,000 to come in. That's like another example of a masterclass. So you'll get all of those. There's like 10 or 12 of them. You'll get all of those if you take action. You get all the drivers, all the accelerators. That's every template, every listing presentation, the listing presentation, the buyer presentation, all editables. Our listing packets, our pre-listing packets, our buyer packets, all the things are editable. I mean, it's everything. Our equity evaluation tool. If you're going to hire an admin, all of the job profiles and the training programs. If you're going to onboard an agent or a showing agent, we have all the agent training programs built out. All the lead gen levers, examples of our Clients for Life program, our social proof, open houses, any expired and FSBOs. We still crush expired and FSBOs direct mail. You get that entire system, swipe and deploy. You get everything, all the lead gen levers. The program tuition, as I'm doing this, we're offering a $3,000 savings, but it's for a limited time. So go over to Reb's case study program, REBS case study program, to find out what the program tuition is. Like I said, it's a small fraction of what our graduate members are paying, which is $22,000 a year. So you'll be blown away. And I'll go through the guarantee here in a second. So in terms of guarantees, I want to make this such a no-brainer for you that I'm willing to guarantee that you get at least, really, I wanted to make it a 20x return in the 6 months program, but at least a 10x return on this program in your first 6 months. My goal for you is a 20 times return, additional on top of what you've already been doing. So using our lead gen levers or our nurture sequences, or something that we will teach you that you'll be above and beyond what you're making now. And if you don't achieve that, I will personally write you a check for double, 2 times your investment in the program. This is no joke. I am serious. I've gotten to the point in my journey where it's all about impact for me. My goal is to get 50 agents in the next 2 years as the economy globally and nationally is kind of wonky and crazy. I want to get 50 agents in the next 18 to 24 months to blow through 500 or get their next 500. So if you're at 500 and you still want to be in this program, we'll get you to 1 million, right? I want to do that for 50 agents. That's exciting. You'll get everything, right? Daily accountability, all the training you need from me and a couple of my coaches. So in terms of proof that it works, Cody Riddle went from about 300,000 to close to 2 million. She hated real estate and now she loves real estate. Ben Gray went from like eyeballs in the business. He was a solo agent doing a ton of transactions. Now he has a team. He's completely exited his buyer side production. He's one of our coaches now for business foundations. Dan Jones was on my real estate team. He was working 80 hours a week selling 60 homes. He does 300 transactions now. He was one of our coaches for a period of time. He's the guy that taught us the masterclass on how to get a 13 times return on paid home search leads. Dave Friedman took 30 days away from his business to go to the Galapagos Islands, 15 weeks of vacation regularly. The first 4 years in real estate before he started working with us, he never took a single vacation and his marriage was strange. Stacy Peterson, our first paid coaching client ever, tripled her business in a 3-year period, exited production and sold it for a 7-figure valuation. Kirby and Christina, eyeballs up into production. When I first met them, they did 770 transactions last year. So, I mean, Tim Pierce left a not so great business partnership to go on his own. He did 105 million in volume his 4th year of building his team. So he literally went out as a solo agent 4 years later, is doing 105 million in volume. Dave Hook, same story, working 80 hours a week. His wife Jenny was pregnant with her first child. He did 350 transactions last year. He's down to 160-minute meeting in his business. John Mikesh, worked with him for 3 years in just north of my market. He was able to get out of his business, do 12 months in an RV, move cross country, well, not cross country, to Bozeman, Montana, and still have his business here at my market from 1,300 miles away. So the question is, how do I get started? This is no joke. Go to rebscasestudyprogram.com. Everything is there. The case studies are laid out there. You can watch some of the case studies. You can go to realestatebschool.com and I think the tab is results if you want to. I think there's like 25 case studies on there. But if you have any questions whatsoever, the best way to connect with me, just go to Facebook Messenger. I am still actively checking my Facebook Messenger. Just pull up a voice memo or whatever you call the voice thing and just chat with me about your questions and I'll get those questions answered. And hopefully we can get you in for that $3,000 savings. Take action right away. I will see you on the inside. Much love, much respect. Be good. See you on the inside.